Are you aware that every creature comes in different species? And so moringa is one of such creatures. It's one of the most nutrient-dense food on the earth. In case you have been hearing of it and you have tested it and didn't get the expected result, you need to find out if it's the right moringa that you are taking, because I have one I want to show us now. It's not the moringa leaves that we are so familiar with. It's not the popular one. How I got to start using it, I cannot even say, but it's been since 2011 that I found about this particular species, and it seems to be an outstanding species in the moringa family, because the moringa family is said to have over 15-20 species. You can go and do your own study. But there is one that is so popular, and that is the Moringa oleifera. May not know the name of this particular one. I need to show us this one. Been drying it in-house for a couple of days. I will show us the leaf in a more precise video, but the difference between the leaf, you can see it, just like, look at how the leaves is. And you don't just need to go take anything. Like, there are too many plants that look alike. The same thing that goes with this particular moringa. There are species of plants in the garden or out there that look so much like this, but I have come to know it and identify it. And so if you say you are having problems sleeping, for instance, it's one of the foods that is said to have very positive effect for those who are going through insomnia. And so I actually had a chat with one of my followers a few days ago who said she bought some moringa powder online and took it and didn't feel so good. So I began to wonder what type of moringa she took. It was moringa powder. Of course, this one was already in the processing. Shade drying it in the house must not last more than 3 days. A lot of people are not aware of this. 72 hours. You don't have to keep it after drying to start picking up moisture. After drying it, you need to quickly put it somewhere. I'll show us that later. But the point here is that you need to know the exact species that you are taking, because when I say it's not even every night that the sleep is always so wonderful with me. And so it was that yesterday night was not such one of such a smooth sleeps, because when you get worried while you're not sleeping, the problem increases. But when you know the problem and you are confident that you can handle it, the problem is less. And so I got up today, and after the activities, got me a cup, some dried leaves of this very moringa species. Look at it. It doesn't even look so, the color doesn't, I have to brew it. And look at, just brew some leaves, dried leaves, as tiny as you see. Just got me a handful and boiled water and pour on it. And allowed it to sieve. Allowed it to sieve first, to really brew. Then took some spoons of it, about maybe 5-6 spoons, and lay down. My dear, since that time, I slept off. I've been struggling to even open my eyes, been sleeping. Moringa is not a food I told us that I take always, because a lot of people, when they sleep so wonderfully like this, they begin to consume it on a daily basis. It's a blood thickener. I've been off it for more than 6 months. And so when you've been off a certain foods that are nutrient dense like moringa, over 300 anti-inflammatories. I mean, with more calcium than milk, more potassium than bananas. I mean, if you use antibacterial, it has antibacterial properties, anti-inflammatory properties. If it's inflamming a toxic overload, it's the only food that not only heals you, but also helps your body with toxic overload, removing toxins. It supports the heart health if you take in moderation. If it's blood pressure, it helps to tone it down because it's plant-based, except if you take it continuously and it becomes too much. And that is the caution there. If it's diabetes, it's there for you because it's plant-based and it has almost all the nutrients you're looking for without any calorie in it, without any sodium in it, without any trans fat in it. These are the problems we're having without any sugar. And so when these things are not in the diet, you are giving the body exactly what it's looking for, all the nutrients in one food without any of these negatives that makes our health or suppresses our immunity. And so when you need to find out, I've shown us the image of the one I have, and you need to check. We will compare it with the one that we are always talking about. It's very, very, you just sleep and sleep and sleep. You'll be begging sleep to go away. That is exactly what we're saying. When you get the fresh one that is processed within the number of hours, and then I didn't have to even grind anything to powder because there was no facility, no electricity to do that. Just put the leaves like that. So it's not something you need to stress yourself about. Just add the leaves. Few leaves, dried leaves, if you've dried it in the house, not inside this one. And then add your boiled water, breathe, and just have some spoons. It's very, very dense in nutrition. That's exactly the point here. And you need to take it occasionally, just as I'm doing. Don't start taking it every day. It's going to thicken out your blood. And when the blood is too thick, that's not good for you. That's an environment or a ground for bacteria also to thrive. It's very high in iron. And so when there is even too much iron in the body, the bacteria have an upper hand in that case. And so that's exactly the point here. So you need to find out the exact one that you are consuming, whether it is this or the other one. And if you're not getting the expected result, you need to also find out. I'd like to have your opinion on the comment section. And if you like the message, hit the follow button for more.